馬娘の足に眠る可能性の果てにこの肉体で到達しうる限界速度その先には何がある私自身の足を極限まで磨き上げ到達する私はどこまで行けるこの先には何がある可能性の果てにその先の景色は
Hello everyone, Necromancer for Kids here, once again bringing you something different. This time around, I present to you my interpretation of an Uma Musume deck. For those of you who don't know what Uma Musume is, it's basically a multimedia franchise with games and anime and such, where the main characters are all anime girl versions of real-life racehorses. The objective of the games is to acquire different Umas, train them, and race them. There's also concerts and stuff too, but I'm not here to give a full history, just to show off this deck I made based on it. Now, before I go into detail, I want to share a quick fact about myself, which is that I actually have an irrational fear of horses due to a trauma I had as a kid. Basically, I was stung 52 times by hornets after visiting a horse ranch. And I guess my mind links the two experiences together for some reason. I can look at like photos of horses, but I can't get up close to them in real life. Anyway, the main objective for this deck was to follow the theme of cute girls, horses, and speed. I also didn't want to just make a copy of Chaos Turbo with a couple tech cards, so this is the deck that I landed on. Representing our horse side of things, I picked the best there is: Air Knight Parshath, Mephist the Infernal General, and Chiron the Mage. Air Knight and Mephist are both tribute monsters with piercing, allowing us to do damage through defense mode monsters, and Parshath draws us cards when we do damage, which gives credence to the speed theme, while Mephist forces the opponent to discard cards to slow them down. You'll see I put in some good work in the replay that I have at the end of this video. Chiron the Mage, on the other hand, used to be a popular side deck card back in the day, but doesn't really see any use nowadays. It's an 1800 4-star beater that lets us discard a spell to destroy an opposing spell or trap, helping us to get rid of any obstacles in our path to victory. On the girls' side of things, I went with a copy of DD Warrior Lady, Rendition of Faith, Injection Fairy Lily, and 2 copies of Dark Elf. Injection Fairy Lily and Dark Elf are not only 2 beautiful beat sticks, but also fit the theme of pay to win you get in gacha games, such as the Umamusume one. Dark Elf isn't the greatest monster, but if nothing else, you can use it as an attack mode spy to block the opponent from attacking you directly. Then, we have the supporting cast cards, which, speaking of GK Spy, I again didn't want this deck to be too close to a Cast Turbo deck, so instead of Spy, which would have been very good to tribute for our horses, I went with Apprentice Magician instead. It lets us search out our Magician of Faiths while allowing us to get some advantage. Dekoichi also would have been a good replacement for this card to fit the speed theme, but again, I wanted to be a bit more original and also to support more of our cards that are already in the deck. To add to the drawing theme, we also have a copy of Morphing Jar, allowing us to get back up to a fat hand whenever we need it. You could technically play Cyber Jar instead of, or in addition to it, but I like Morphing Jar better personally. Then, rounding things out, we of course have Breaker, Sangan, Tribe, and because all of our cards except for one basically ended up being light or dark, we have 1 copy of BLS Envoy of the Beginning. For our spells, we're of course running the usual suspects of Trinity, MST, Heavy, Double Knock, Snatch Steal, Premature Burial to bring back our workhorses as well. For spells, we're running Upstart Goblin, though it is sort of antithetical to the beatdown strategy with Lillian Dark Elf. But hey, sometimes you just need one more pull, no matter the price. Swords, back to square one, and Lightning Vortex allow us to keep our opponents from passing us by in the race, with Vortex being one of the few outs to opposing GK Spy, which pretty much completely walls our deck. And Break Control not only helps with that, but also allows us to tribute summon our horses. And to close things out, we have the Quadrinity of Traps and Go format, 3 Jar of Greed, and a copy of Reckless Greed to again fit with the speed theme and the risk reward of gacha games. If you really want, you could play the very rarely seen card and very aptly named Gamble, which allows you to flip a coin and draw up to 5 cards in your hand if you win, or skip your entire turn if you fail. Very painful if it fails, for sure. That's it for the deck, but before we go, here's a match I played with the deck for you to see how much it can shine in the proper circumstances. Thank you very much.